to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on last year's national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start. And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Cornhuskers offense will have first crack at this one. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Makes the quick grab. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. Boy, this just hasn't been their year. All of the aspirations starting the season in the top 5, but there's always someone that seems to bottom out against those big expectations.
No question, Reese, and what's so disappointing, especially looking at this team's offense, is they're just not making the plays. They've got the guys on paper that look like they could be All-Americans. They have guys that can change the course of games, and that's why coming into this season...
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Back to pass. Using his legs to buy some time. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. It'll be 3rd and long. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. Got enough for the first. Big pickup on the ground, knocked down at the 28-yard line.
Man, really good decision-making by this offense on 3rd down. Understanding, running the option to perfection, getting it to the pitch man, and he gets the first down and some extra yards.
Leaves it with the back. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. A turnover. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on, and his view of the play and the... Agree and overturn the call. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Got some room, headed to the goal line. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Here we go, here we go. On the option. Now the toss. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And a great job by the quarterback, Reese, making the right read. I got to get that defense to commit to me. Now I pitch it. Running back catches it. I'll take this. I'll do the rest. But it was a great read by the quarterback.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
Defense showing blitz here. Leaves it with the back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that one. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught. Just keeps moving. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. And the Huskers will hustle to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. He wants it all. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to breaks
into the open. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Use the play fake, now to throw. Out of the backfield, he's open.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
They'll give it to the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Grabs it in the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Buckeyes didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Give to the single back. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Pulls it and fires to the left. That completion will take him inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He was all by himself out there. Someone just lost track of their assignment.
And that's so frustrating because you want to make offenses earn it. And you don't want to give up big plays and bust coverages and let people run.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll go to the ground. Runs through a tackle. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out. They knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Moses. Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
And when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. So the snap count is silent. It's predictable. And then you pin your ears back. And that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Quick nicely out to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He unleashes a long one. He's got it. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Well, as a quarterback, it's going to be tough throwing comeback routes against this guy. He does such a good job breaking on the ball, and he's able to swat it away.
And after that incompletion, they are left with a 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's got it down the left. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. And the Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Hauls it in. Turning it on. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Buckeyes are marching down the field. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
You don't see bat downs all the time. A lot of times guys break on the football, the defensive backs, and then trying to catch it and make a play. I like he knew where he was. He's in the end zone, not trying to give up points. Does a great job breaking on the football and swatting it to the ground.
He'll take it himself. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. No mid-season concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well.
It's a seam wide open. The 30, the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Huskers.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
The AT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. They'll try the run. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
I'd love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Time to take a shot. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post, right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. Western Kentucky is getting smoked today. This is an eye-opener. It's the type of game that can just demoralize a fan base. They're trailing by 14 to Kansas. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Out of the gun, the inside give. Got the first down and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Gives it on the option. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And a great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Looking to throw. Setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Cornhuskers will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That is just gorgeous. Knocks it out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it. He got a foot down along that left sideline. You know what it takes to make a throw like that.
And this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
Hit as he throws. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. Touchdown! Touchdown, Nebraska! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got his man. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
The quick out. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback will keep it. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Tight end now in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. That is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed.
Oh, he's got some space. Running inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
And you're going to need more of this in the second half. That's the way you punctuate a drive at the end of the first half to cut this to a 1-possession game. You need more of that physicality in the second half.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Might be calling a hot route. Snap to the back. Finding open areas. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you?
Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. It's working. Why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They turn to the passing game on third and short. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. This is an area of the field where it's really advantageous to just go for it. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Makes the grab. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw it. Here's the pressure. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Lost to fire on second down. Right on target this time. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Gets it out quickly. Breaks into the open. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He's got it on the run. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. The Buckeyes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead, boy, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a better play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller's going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But that great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
You know, not a lot of space down here on the goal line when you're trying to run the football. You might want to think about going to the perimeter or maybe throwing it next time.
Got his man quickly. He's trying to get it in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. So now on comes the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Pulls it in. It's Cox. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Looking down the middle. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. To the air on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
The offense changing the play. Try to get it to the edge. Turning it on. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Offense goes toss play to the right. Now, defensively, if you're going to stop these perimeter runs, your DBs better be able to get off blocks and go make a tackle. And right now, the secondary, they look like they're struggling trying to handle the run game.
And the Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the pummeling has started. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Going to swing it on second down. Got his man on the right.
Well, they're running the curl route against zone coverage, so the quarterback knows he's going to have to put that one on his receiver. You saw the velocity, the arm talent this guy has. That was a miss.
Oh, he dropped it. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. Knocked down, but not before he gets the first down after recovering the fumble. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Power football with the run. Taking it the other way. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with the first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. And he makes a completion there, set up and in business at the 20. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end.
This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical. That could not have gone any worse. This offense set up Palmer at the 1, going the wrong direction, man.
Yeah, it's way harder to score touchdowns from this area of the field because you can't throw into the end zone so easily. That was a golden opportunity. They got to come up with something positive here.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Huskers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Firing to the right, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's got an open man. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. motion from the back. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets the toe down, but didn't go forward at all.
That's why, as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on third down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Buckeyes come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third, and there he goes. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. But we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Running to the left. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. On the option. Now the pitch. Fights off the defender. Didn't get nearly enough done on third down. He's brought down at the 31-yard line. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Leaves it with the running back. Thrust that arm out.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football. They want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game, but they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offense.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Still firing away as he'll go down swinging. And they got him. Didn't have much of a chance on that one, and a fitting way to put a capper on this game. They get the W, and with that being win.